DD214 Network podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Network is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now, because we have you.
All right. How are you guys doing?
170.
Good. Fucking
170 episodes, my lord.
Can you believe we're only 30 away from 200, dude?
And we still don't know what we're doing.
And on top of being only about 30 away from 200, we have 37 lost episodes that we did before we started the 200, right?
They were pilots.
All of them. Every last
37 pilot episodes.
Yeah.
That's the longest pilot in the history of anything.
Yeah, it was a pilot season. You know, we were working out the kinks.
We had 70 hours of footage. 70 plus hours of footage before we decided to go real with it, right?
Listen, there's some gold in that. There's some gold in some of those.
You know what? Don't
every episode,
me, damn it.
I've gone back, I've done deep dives a couple of days. I've gone back, and every episode has at least a nugget or two. At least a nugget or two.
Yeah. We had an old Easter episode that was pretty good.
Yep. The oh my god, I always mess up the titles. I remember them by their titles, then I forget them. I'm trying to think of them. It was in season 2. There was one of them in season 2 when we saw the dumpster fire logo.
Yeah,
there's one in there that was just classic. It was classic you and me, basically. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny too? I look back at those times is to think that some of the craziest times of this podcast is when we would promote no drinking and driving, and we had one asshole who would drink at the supermarket and then drive right after. Those are crazy times.
That's why they're lost episodes, John.
Yeah,
because we don't fucking promote that shit. Okay, that's and if you do
drive, drink and podcast instead.
Oh my god, dude! This is okay. So actually, you know what? Let's have a conversation about responsible drinking. If you are out in public and you imbibe a beverage or two,
I love that word.
You should, in theory, be paying attention to your body. And whenever the last drink is finished, you should be waiting an amount of time. There should be time between your last drink and you getting in your fucking car. Not tab out, finish drink, straight to the car. There's a science to this shit.
Exactly. There's a science to it. And it breaks down even to what did you eat that day?
Science is real.
What is your body weight? You know, there's so many different things that go into this.
How often do you drink? Do you have a tolerance? Because if you have a tolerance, you're not going to feel it, but you're still going to have a goddamn BAC. So even if fucking Grandma Smith accidentally rear ends you at a fucking stoplight, if you have to if you've been in a car accident, you have to blow. You know what I mean? And if you refuse a breathalyzer in some states, you will lose your license for at least a year.
Shit.
No, that's dude. If you get into a car accident, dude.
I wouldn't know that because I've never had a DUI or anything like that. So
even if you're not at fault, if you get into a car accident, they will fucking they have a right to ask. I'm telling you,
they have a right to ask.
And if you refuse, what happens, Joe?
You lose your
fucking
license. I think it's like 45 of the states.
That's
if
pretty
you
much all of them.
Yeah, that's all the ones that fucking matter. If you refuse to do a breathalyzer test, you will have your license taken on the fucking spot, and you won't get it back for a year.
Even if you're not at fault. Even if you're not at fault. That is
exactly. A lot of the times you get rear-ended or you get into a car accident, the only time cops typically will breathalyze you, even if you're not at fault, is if they smell alcohol on you.
Yeah.
Because again, if they don't smell it, they don't have that.
Joe, be careful with that, because you know what, dude? Like different jurisdictions and different municipalities do like different cops. Like I wouldn't trust that information. Just like
that's why
I got you. Hold on. Just no. It's cool. I got you. Hold on.
These are not actual fucking pointers.
Yes, they are.
At least that part I just said is not an actual fucking tip.
Yeah, please don't call that a pointer.
Because the thing is,
it's not a pointer. It's not a pointer.
Like they said,
if they ask you to
different cop, if the cop's in a bad fucking mood, if the cop's just fucking done with their day already and doesn't want to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah, because Grandma Smith obviously fucking like rear-ended the fuck out of your car, but you just stepped out of the fucking brewery. You know what I mean? And maybe you do, maybe you don't have anything on your breath. But that's why you fucking wait. That's why you pay attention to your weight. That's why you put a space of time between your last drink and the keys in your car. You know, drinking water in between drinks. Yep. Okay, we're not getting fucking soused. We're not getting drunk before we drive.
We're not getting what?
Soused.
Soused.
SOUSED. Look it up. Go ahead. English check me. SOUSED. It's called soused. Like
my general rule of thumb: if you go out to a bar or even to a restaurant and have a few drinks,
soused.
New word for you, John. English major J.
If you go to a restaurant and you're going to be driving home after some beers with your dinner or whatever, I try to stick by the 1 beer an hour.
One beer an hour, or one beer an hour, or 1 hour for every beer.
Exactly.
That's basically what it comes down to.
So if you go in and you go to the bar and you're there for 5 hours, if you've had more than 5 beers, you need to call your ass a fucking Uber and get your ass home that way.
100, even probably less. It would probably be like 3.5, 4 at that point.
Yeah,
because you're still metabolizing.
Exactly.
You are still metabolizing. So even
now,
I weigh close to 2. I weigh between 190 and 200 on any given day with water weight. Right.
Yeah.
The minute I can tell the difference between having 2 pints and 3. The minute I drink
from the dungeon.
The minute I drink that 3rd pint, I've just entered 4 beer territory.
Yeah.
Because a pint's 16 ounces, right? So the minute that 3rd pint goes down, I just had 4 beers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, so now what? So now, I can very safely have 2 pints. Very safely. That's less than 3 beers. The minute I fucking transition to pint number 3 and possibly beyond, I have to start planning.
And then you also got to look at it from, because I know myself, I know Jay, we're beer and shot kind of guys. We go to our local watering hole, we get our beer, we get our shot, and we're drinking those 2 simultaneously.
Or one at a time or whatever, but that's a shot.
But that shot is 4 fucking beers. Look at it as 4 beers no matter what. 4 more beers, depending on what you're getting a shot of too, has a huge, because that alcohol by volume, all that shit.
There's a big difference between whiskey and fucking tequila rose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you're looking at a beer, if you're drinking just a typical fucking lager or ale or fucking something like that, you're looking between 4.5 to 6% by volume. A shot of fucking whiskey, you're looking 45% ABV or higher.
I love the history lesson.
Well, it's just
or chemistry.
We grew up like we're millennials. We're millennials. We're right behind Gen X. and we grew up on fucking, this is your brain on drugs. Don't drink and drive. You know, like be responsible, drink responsible, everything responsible, blasity, blasity, blasity. Well, it's like they told us exactly what to do, so this is what we did. We got fucking responsible about it, and we fucking we like scienced it. We scienced it the fuck out.
So
you know what I mean? So we can get home fucking safe at night. You know what I mean? The easiest, safest way to get home at night, by the way, is to fucking get a ride. I will like unequivocally fucking state that. Like
you can't even walk.
The safest way to get home is to get a fucking ride. Okay, like okay.
Since we're on this topic,
if you cannot get a ride for whatever reason, you need to be fucking responsible. You need to be situationally aware, and you need to not be a fucking idiot and keep drinking. Like that's like there's a whole science to this. If you want to fucking imbibe spirits and imbibe in beverages, okay, that's okay, and nobody's saying you can't.
So,
but you need to do it responsibly, and that's where like the whole drink responsibly thing fucking comes in.
Exactly.
Right? Like so what were you gonna say, brother? Sorry.
So I've got 4 different types of alcohol bottles right now that I just pulled.
Jam and Jet, good to see you.
I've got
Nick Ultra. Yeah.
Nick Ultra. 4.2% by volume. Blackberry Ginger Soju. This
Holy
is 13.8% by volume.
That's soju.
Honey Wine. This is 19% by volume. Yep, mead. And then
it's a honey wine.
Whiskey. This bottle is 46%. Now I've got some bottles that are more, but this is a 92 proofer. I've got,
yeah.
So, that's the thing. It also depends on what you're drinking.
What are you drinking? Yeah. What are you putting in your belly?
Plays a huge fucking role into it, because if you're just drinking these,
Nick Ultra, it's water.
It's water.
It's fucking alcoholic water.
Now,
like
once you start stepping into the soju,
alcoholic water,
the whiskey, you're intaking more alcohol by volume in smaller portions. Because, I mean, if I pour a glass of whiskey, I'm doing a 2-ounce pour. So let's take 46% times 2, because you're looking at each 1-ounce pour is 46% alcohol.
Jamming, God damn it! We already know you're sober, dude. Will you hush? we're trying to give pointers for everybody that hasn't fucking gotten sober yet. Okay, leave me alone.
So I mean, and that's the big thing. It's all a matter of what is your libation of choice. 2.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you, Joe, but to me, it has always come down to like, can you be fucking responsible with what you're doing? You're choosing to choosing to do something. You're choosing to fucking A, Chairman. Fucking A, dude. Now you're hold on.
I still have a little blood in my alcohol.
Jamming. Be careful, dude. You're making my fucking pussy wet, dude. So, like, oh my god, dude. Like, holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Like,
when we talk responsibility when it comes to drinking, I am a prime example of this. Anybody want to guess how long this bottle's been on my shelf?
3 years.
Fucking nice, John.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm going 3 years.
2 years.
2 years. 2 years.
That's our answer.
Yeah, I bought it 2 years ago on a fucking trip.
We did it, John. We did it. We did it.
Give me my prize. I want that bottle of whiskey. That's the prize.
That's again. The prize. Me and John get to drink that motherfucker together.
No,
dude, John, can you imagine how fucking hammered we would be if you and me shared that fucking bottle? We'd be so fucking hammered, dude. Like, fuck that. Fuck, I'm too old. I'm too old.
The reason I've had this bottle on my shelf for so long, only 1,500 bottles of this were fucking made.
We need to kill it. We need to kill it.
Yeah.
This bottle's going with me on my fucking vacation in a week. I bought some cigars in the evenings. I'm going to get in the hot tub, have a glass of fucking whiskey, and smoke a cigar.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. Like, we wouldn't be veterans if we didn't lightly caress our alcohol every once in a while, right? Like, yeah.
But that's the thing. I used to not be responsible when it came to drinking.
I'm 43.
We've all been there.
I'm 43 fucking years old. We've had some bad nights. Okay, yes.
Some shit. When I first got out of the army, every night I was drinking a half gallon of fucking Evan Williams by myself.
Okay, I never did that. I love you, but I've drank hard.
What was the craziest I've ever drank?
A couple years ago, John. Remember?
But the thing is, here's the thing, Jay. When I first got out, I didn't have a group. I didn't have fucking people.
Time for Mary J. Blige.
I was just, out, released back to civilian life. No fucking clue which way was up and which way was down. Trying to fucking cope with shit.
Like, movie sucked, but it was hilarious.
Pretty much my entire adult life has been either vaguely sober, you know what I mean? Like vaguely sober with little spurts of drinking. And then the army was kind of like where I started like drinking more to like relax in the evening and just kind of wind down. And that's kind of where that started. Prior to my army career, I was never a big drinker.
Yeah.
I grew up in Arizona. When I was a kid, I smoked pot before I ever got drunk. No shit.
I mean,
it was easier. It was easier for me to get pot than it was for me to get alcohol.
Yeah.
And that is no exaggeration and no lie. In the 90s in Tucson, Arizona, it was easier to get pot as a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid than it was to get alcohol.
I mean,
dead ass.
And my thing is before the army, I never drank. But then at the same time, I joined the army at fucking 17. I wasn't already fucking legal drinking age when I joined.
And that's the thing. Go ahead, John.
I drank a whole bottle of Svedka and ended up in the fucking at Martin Army in Fort Benning. And my command sergeant major and the new lieutenant colonel was Lieutenant Colonel Capra and Sergeant Major Wilson. And it was their first day on the job. And they visited me at the hospital. And then so the condition was pancreatitis. And they introduced themselves and they're just like, do you have a drinking problem? I'm like, no, I was just
overdid
drinking. It. Yeah.
Overdid it. Yeah.
The amount of times I'm sure the medic thought I had fucking in our friend group when I was in the service, thought I had fucking alcohol poisoning the next morning's probably fucking ridiculous.
I always, honestly, if we're getting down to brass tacks, there's a little voice in your head that pops up and you'll be sitting there at your local watering hole and you'll be getting ready to finish whatever the latest drink is. And the little voice pops in. And as soon as that little voice pops in my head, I know it's time to tab out because the little voice will pop in and say, you can have one more. And as soon as I hear that little voice say, you can have one more, I'm like, tab out, tab me the fuck out. And then I wait however long I have to wait at that particular moment in time.
Drink water.
Drink water. I chill for a little bit, and that's when I go home. And that's when I fucking go home. Like,
that's where, for me, my wife, she's diabetic. She doesn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she'll have a beer here and there.
But very infrequent. That's
like if we go to a bar.
There's a word for that. It's called teetotaler.
Yeah.
It's a teetotaler.
We go to the bar. She'll have, her first drink or shot or whatever when we get there. And that's it. And maybe like one beer that she'll sip on the entire time. And then I'm, throwing back fucking beers.
Because you can.
Because I've got a built-in fucking designated driver.
I mean, which is also responsible. Have a fucking drive. Exactly. I have a driver for you. You're not the one getting behind the wheel. You're not the one getting behind the wheel.
Like when we go to Chattanooga to visit our friends that live in Tennessee, anytime we go downtown to, go to a comedy show, go out to dinner, go drink, because we do that. That's like the entire fucking weekend is downtown, going to breweries, hitting the distilleries, drinking, fucking, having a good time, eating good food, all that shit. We always get an Uber from their house to downtown and then downtown back to their house. Because again, it's being responsible. Plus, it's cheaper because you got to pay to park everywhere downtown. So,
well, and I think we grew up in an era where people were getting fed up with drunken assholes being drunken assholes, especially on the roads. and killing innocent people that had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Just because somebody decided to have like a few too many beers that day, whatever. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Like, people need to be responsible. Like, and there is nothing wrong with the social lubrication that comes with drinking. And people like to enjoy people like to enjoy their libations with sports and, you know, games and stuff like that. There is nothing goddamn wrong with it until you make something wrong with it. And it's like alcohol is like every other goddamn drug out there. Literally every other goddamn drug out there. Yeah. You can use it and have a little fun with it and have some, and, you know, and be responsible, or you can be a fucking asshole with it.
Yep.
Which one are you choosing? Because
exactly.
That's it. That's really,
now,
it's like every other drug out there. And alcohol is a drug. Like, reminder for everyone, alcohol is a drug.
It is. It's 100% a fucking drug.
It's a fucking drug.
Know,
like,
the thing is, like with weed, with pot, if handled responsibly, it's not a danger to society. Agree. Handled responsibly is the key words in that entire statement.
Any drug.
Well, I'm not saying any drug, because fucking heroin and meth and fucking crack and
some maybe not crack, but like morphine and opium, they do have medicinal uses. There are when your body gets shattered in the drunken driving car accident, like, you're probably going to be on morphine for a little bit because because your femur got split in half.
It's actually interesting that you bring that up too, because like in Massachusetts, the governor over there, he signed the bill to create psychedelics working group for veterans therapy. Yeah. So I mean, the studies are there, the science is there.
We're getting we grew up in it. We grew up in a different time than our parents too. Our parents grew up sipping fucking moonshine, driving down dirt goddamn roads and fucking car jumping hills and shit.
I want to try real 1880s moonshine.
My parents grew up smoking fucking pot and shit like that.
I'm just saying,
it was same fucking genre. I mean,
50s, 60s, and 70s, nobody gave a fuck. They're like, they didn't have fucking seatbelts in the fucking 50s, did they? Like, I mean, like, when did seatbelts become mandatory in cars in the fucking first place? You know what I mean? Like, think about that.
Because of people being irresponsible behind the wheel of a fucking vehicle.
Well, once vehicles went above like 20 miles an hour, seatbelts are kind of necessary. And like, I don't think manufacturers realize that until they realize, like, this was a very low speed collision and they fucking died. You know what I mean? Like, they got their head put through a fucking windshield at like 20 miles an hour. So which can happen, kids. Which can happen, by the way. That's why you wear your fucking seatbelt, right?
So we're talking about, our libations and being responsible with all that. So you want to know what my newest fucking thing is? We found a new watering hole here locally.
Okay.
Nice little fucking sport. It's a pub and grub type of fucking place. They've got good food.
So you're not getting like the crowd. You're getting a mix. You're getting a mix. You're
exactly.
Some people are there to eat. Some people are there to drink.
Yeah, we went there the first time with the neighbors about 2 weeks ago. Since, with everything we've been dealing with at home, we've ate there almost every fucking night for the last 2 fucking weeks, to the point where now when we walk in, the people that work the bar, because we just sit at the bar because they've got the TVs right there with the fucking Olympics and all that shit going.
That's my local.
They see me walk in and they automatically, they bring Amy her Diet Coke, they bring me my fucking beer.
Yep.
And then, we're off to the races. But my new thing, because this is the first place I found in town that actually knows how to pour a proper pint of fucking Guinness.
Ooh.
So now my thing is, get there before we even order fucking food or anything, pint of Guinness and a shot of JMO.
Nothing wrong with that. And
then I switch from Guinness over to Coors Banquets.
Yes. From the dungeon real quick. I actually do remember that. Believe it or not, I wrote for my high school newspaper, right? and we did a piece. I think it was my senior year, so it would have been like 98 going into 99 because I graduated in 99. We actually pulled from the archives an old high school newspaper article from my high school in the early 80s when Arizona raised the drinking age from 19 to 21. And there were arguments for and against raising the drinking age to 21 in our high school newspaper. Now, mind you, where I grew up in Tucson, this is about 60 miles from Nogales, the border of Mexico. Nogales, there's Nogales, Arizona, and there's Nogales, Sonora. Okay, Sonora obviously being on the Mexican side of the border.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, once you turned 18, and this is before the drug war, so this is back in the late 90s. When you turned 18, it was almost a rite of passage. At some point, if you wanted to party, we'd go down to fucking Nogi. And we wouldn't really exactly tell everybody where we were going that night, but we'd fucking drive down, we'd fucking park on the American side, we'd all fucking walk onto the Mexican side, and the legal drinking age was 18, right? And that was kind of like a rite of passage back in those days. And my main argument with the drinking age being 21, because I don't necessarily disagree with it, especially considering I know how I felt when I was a teenager, but you're not nearly as old as you think you are, right?
Exactly.
And it's if the drinking age is going to be 21, then the age for service should be 21. And if the age for service is fucking 18, then the drinking age should be 18. And since we live in America, it should be across the board. But I don't necessarily trust 18-year-olds. I don't necessarily trust 18-year-olds with responsible drinking. So, like, what do we do with that one, right?
I mean,
so what do we do with that one?
You're going down that rabbit hole.
Across the board. That's a black hole. That's a black hole.
Like, so I'm going to even go to the extent of, because I'm a gun-toting American. I love my firearm for self-defense. I love, collecting firearms of all different time periods and shit on my fucking bucket list of firearms to own. I want to get a fucking M1 Garand just to fucking own one. It's just going to be a display piece. I will never fucking fire the motherfucker just because I'm not trying to have Garand thumb. But totally sidebar there. I feel like, if I'm old enough to, for instance, I was 17 when I joined the Army. Obviously, I had to get parental consent at the time. At 17, if your parents signed off on it, you could go in as long as you were graduated high school by then, stuff of that nature. And my thing is, if at 17, so like between the military and law enforcement, to become a police officer, you have to be 21.
Right.
The Army, however, lets you be a police officer in the Army at 17 fucking years old.
Yeah. Yes.
But at the same time, like if we're talking about, drinking age, military service, all of that stuff, again, across the board, if it's going to be, because now even to buy tobacco products, you have to be 21.
21. Yep.
So, we're looking at, you can't buy.
I don't necessarily disagree with that either, because the shit fucks your body up.
Exactly. I mean, I started chewing at fucking 15 years old.
Thank you.
And now I'm almost 30 days without a fucking chew after 20 fucking years.
20 years. Yeah.
It took me 20 years to kick that fucking habit because I started so fucking young.
I smoked for 23 before I stopped buying cigarettes.
If we're going to say you have to be 21 to buy alcohol, 21 to fucking buy a pistol, 21 to fucking get tobacco, it should be 21 to join the fucking military. Because again,
it should be 2-year mandatory too, I think.
But they can't wait that long when we need bodies. That's the problem.
Exactly.
They can't wait that long when we need bodies. That's why it's 18.
When I look back at it, at 17, at 18, at 19, even at fucking early in my 20s, I was nowhere near mature enough for the fucking job I was doing.
But you learn. And
And I'm just going to piggyback off this too, because we talked about how we're doing this journey to stop smoking. I just got affiliated with Foom. If you
Fuck is that?
guys,
The fuck
it's
is that?
well, before I show you the code, I'll show you what it is.
Oh, here we go.
You make an ad yet?
John, I just want to remind you that when you start making money, like you better be fucking like letting me
Don't
skim
forget
a
us
little
little people.
you better be fucking skimming me a little bit off the top here, homie. Okay.
Of course.
I love you. I
No,
love
of
you.
course.
I love you and I
whole,
trust you.
That's the whole point of everything.
I
That's
love
the
you
whole
and I trust.
point.
I love you and I trust you.
So guys, today, if you use this code tryfoom.com/Jonathan39060, you get $40 off any journey pack today for new customers only. If you're trying to quit smoking, if you're trying to suck a stick of air, flavored air, today's your day. Use that right there and quit smoking today.
Yeah, they've got a shit ton of different flavors too for this.
Yeah, you want to see the flavors?
Yeah, show us the fucking flavors, John. Show us the fucking flavors.
We got John. So I see here fucking orange. Like, wait a minute. I don't want to see all products. I want to see the flavors.
Sure, if you go to shop. Yeah.
When I go to shop, it brings me here.
Well, that's because it's only showing fucking 24 products. There's the flavors.
Oh, can I expand? Can I make them bigger?
Can you stop fucking scrolling so fucking fast?
All
so
right.
We've got spearmint, cinnamon hearts, black licorice. Motherfuck that bullshit.
Black
licorice.
licorice.
Does that say crisp?
You don't like black licorice? I don't think you earned your place in hell yet. I don't think you earned your place in hell yet, Joe.
I like black licorice. Hold on. I like black licorice, but I'm not trying to inhale the fucking flavor of it.
No balls.
No balls.
It's a very distinct flavor.
I mean, if you like Jaeger, if you like Jaeger,
mint, what's that? Maple pepper? Ooh,
maple peppers. It's like
try that.
I would try that. It sounds like a syrupy
orange
pepper.
vanilla, white cranberry, sparkling grapefruit.
Orange vanilla looks like the one I'm definitely gonna go for, and raspberry lemon.
I like raspberries, so
yeah. So I mean, this is where it's at. You know, tryfoom.com, Jonathan39060, $40 off today. But yeah, it's interesting stuff.
New flavor, juicy butthole.
Brandon Cleary, the issue is at 16 to 21 is when a lot of people fuck up with the law and may or not be morally disqualified.
That's correct, and that's the problem with underage drinking. We've told this story many times between people that got medically separated and people that got separated for adverse actions while they were in. I have seen some fucking straight stud muffins go down in the army. Stud muffins, like the people you want on the fucking hill with you when shit's going down.
Alpha whoas.
They were out.
Alpha whoas.
they were already kicked out fucking 3 years ago because they fucked up. And
Lord.
That's the shit. And like you can't really help when your body breaks down, but when you do some stupid shit off post, you know what I mean, and you get caught or you get in fucking trouble or whatever, and the army's like, we don't fucking need you. Because the army will tell you they don't fucking need you. You know what I mean?
Having a fucking eye twitch here talking about all this.
Because
I lost.
Well, you were a fucking MP. You probably helped the paperwork, dude. Like,
all right. So while we're
I was a combat MP, not a fucking garrison MP.
All right. Let's switch over to Deadpool. We've been talking about alcohol for 35 minutes, and now we're about to talk about cocaine for the next 35.
Wait. No, because the one rule Kevin Feige had was no cocaine.
So they just talked about it for fucking 20 minutes in the movie.
Yeah.
They just talked about it. Like, if you guys have not seen Deadpool, Jay this week, I finally fucking made it to the movie theater. I actually sat down. I watched it. I paid my money. I did not pirate it. I wanted to. I probably should have. Fucking pirated it. But I paid good hard-earned money, and I sat down and I watched Deadpool. So let's finally have our Deadpool discussion. And now that it's been several weeks since it's been released, We can also talk about
If you
some
haven't
spoilers.
seen it, fuck you. Because
If you haven't
you're
seen
gonna
it,
fucking learn what happened.
Here we go. So go ahead. Go ahead.
So because I know
That's for mobile.
I know that there's been discussions that you and John had. I kind of didn't talk because I was working when those discussions were happening about the movie.
Mhm.
So I'm going to give my point of view first because I tend to not be as critical, especially on the IPs that I really enjoy, like Deadpool.
Okay.
As you are, Jay, or even John in this case.
Well, and
So-
it's not that I'm critical. It's that there has been a massive shift in the entertainment industry
Yeah.
and the movie industry since I'm 43 years old. I'm used to fucking masterpieces. I'm used to bombs.
So-
Okay, but it was really easy to see which movie was going to be a masterpiece and which movie was going to be a bomb back in the fucking 90s and early 2000s. Nowadays, you can't fucking tell. You can't tell. So it's like you have to like throw your shit down before you realize you just fucking plunk down money for a fucking turd.
Now,
You know what I mean?
yeah. So for me, I'm going to say this: Deadpool and Wolverine, definitely one of the. This is the first time in about 2 years I've gone and seen a movie in fucking theaters.
Okay.
Because there just hasn't been anything that's kind of stood out. That was like, go see it. I've seen the other 2 Deadpool movies in theaters.
Cocaine Bear was cool as fuck, bro. And so was Violent Night. Okay, those were fun. Those were fun.
I watched those after the fact on my fucking 75-inch TV in my living room.
Those are the ones you should have seen in the theater. They were fun. It was fun to see in the theater.
But, Deadpool and Wolverine was more a nostalgia kick at this point than it was anything else.
Agree. 100% agree. Like,
and
it wasn't
honestly,
bad. I didn't have a bad time.
It was entertaining, right?
It should not have been named Deadpool and Wolverine. What we should have called it was Deadpool Kills the Fox Universe.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
That would have been a better fucking title, in my opinion. Because
Agreed.
yes, we got Hugh Jackman back as fucking Wolverine. We got him in the fucking classic fucking blue and yellow suit finally, after the joke from fucking years ago with the original X-Men movie about I'm not going to wear blue and yellow spandex. We got fucking Chris Evans back as fucking Johnny Storm.
Yep.
We had fucking the original Sabretooth. Not Liev Schreiber, the original fucking Sabretooth back.
Tyler Mane.
Fucking Snipes. Wesley Snipes back as fucking motherfucking Blade.
We had the Cavillerine. We had a Cavillerine in there. And they took
Cavalrine. Fucking Henry Cavill was fucking Wolverine for one of the fucking Wolverine
and in that sequence they took a shot of the DC universe. They took a shot of the DC universe because of his whole bullshit with it.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny too? How that during that scene, it was said by the director that Henry Cavill got absolutely sick from smoking cigars. For 8 hours.
Nerds.
Because he was inhaling it.
We had Matthew McConaughey as fucking Cowboy Deadpool.
We did.
Fucking McConaughey. We had fucking fun. Reynolds kids as fucking Kid Deadpool and Baby Pool. We had fucking Blake Lively as Lady Deadpool. Like, the cast alone.
Are you just gonna forget about Channing Tatum as Gambit? You're just gonna knock him off the board?
We're getting there.
Sacre bleu.
Tatum finally got his fucking time as Gambit. The character he's been wanting to play just as long as fucking Reynolds has wanted to play Deadpool. Tatum has wanted to play fucking Gambit. They finally gave us fucking screen time with him as fucking Gambit. Honestly, that part didn't disappoint. I'm not a big Channing Tatum fan.
Same.
But
I thought he did really good, though.
He did good as Gambit. The Cajun accent.
See that guy right there? I butt fuck that dude. I slide right in that shit.
There you go.
Like, I slide right in that shit, bro. He loves me.
You don't know the reference, Squillini?
He loves me. He loves me.
You don't know the reference, Squillini?
I'm thinking 21 Jump Street's in there somewhere with that reference.
No. It's one of the funniest cameos in any movie of all time.
Okay.
This is the end. This is the end, right?
Slide right in that shit.
Where he was the fucking gimp.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
now you're cooking with grease. Now you're
so
cooking with grease, which is what I use. Which is what I use to slide right in that
here's
shit.
the worst part about that, and this is going to show how fucked up my brain is. I literally just watched that movie. I watched This Is the End again for like the 20th time 2 days ago.
It's one of the funniest
and
things.
I completely fucking blanked on that reference.
Yeah. What thing that
the
was
story
really...
of how he got into that cameo in This Is the End is fucking hilarious to begin with.
Yeah,
because
that's
apparently
right.
when he got the fucking phone call from the guys, he was drunk as shit and just agreed to it without fucking thinking about what he was getting himself into.
Hey
Yeah.
guys.
So one of the coolest things. A lot of people were very critical about the villain, Xavier's sister, Cassandra Nova.
I feel like for what
I feel like
we got
she
with
was the
Cassandra
right
Nova,
villain for this.
She was the perfect fucking villain for this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
And it was nice
C-list
to see them expand on some of the X-Men universe with this movie by doing that.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
where was Cable though? Cable should have been in this.
It wasn't.
So
sorry, Jay, go ahead.
I was reading an article earlier. There were a few pieces that they wanted to fucking bring for this movie, but weren't able to because it just didn't work out in the script properly. And one of those was Cable, because they're looking at it from Deadpool 2 was really Cable's story within the Deadpool universe. And there's still space to expand on Cable within the Fox Marvel universe because we're still dealing with the multiverse saga within the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with that. So Cable's going to come back. Like,
I hope so.
Feige's already said it, and all that stuff. I mean, but
kind of funny when it's Josh Brolin and he's already played Thanos.
Well, and that's really what makes it even fucking better because, you know, if we're looking at it, we bashed just a couple weeks ago fucking Downey being fucking cast as goddamn Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, I know. But we're talking Marvel, we're talking Deadpool, we're talking fucking the multiverse at this point.
I already got
because that's realistically what we got.
I already got mad about that last week. I'm good.
But I'm sticking with my overall rating of the fucking movie being an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
there
same
were
here
areas,
with the 7.5. Yeah,
there were areas
way
that
more generous than
definitely.
me. You guys are way fucking more generous than me. Like
Well,
you are
Jay,
way.
we're
more
also a little bit more nerdier than you.
That's not. That is not. That is also that. First off, what you guys nerd out on just happens to be a little bit different than what I nerd out on. I don't think that we're not gonna gatekeep nerdiness here, okay? Because I guarantee both of you motherfucks, I could write you a PhD fucking dissertation on the fucking psychology of the fucking Punisher, Frank Castle, and have no problem doing it.
This is true.
And that would be
true.
And
I
that
saw it too.
Speaking of which, Jay,
he's back.
So did you ever watch The Punisher on Netflix?
Of course.
Okay. So at D23 this week, we got the first trailer of the new Daredevil show, Daredevil Born Again, which is Charlie Cox's Daredevil from the Netflix Daredevil shows. And we got Bernthal back as the fucking Punisher.
I'm aware.
And I'm going to say this, and I don't give two flying fucks who disagrees. Out of all the live action Punishers we've had so far, Bernthal's been the best.
Oh, absolutely. And they made a joke about that in the movie too, how there was like 5 Punishers.
I'll say caveat to that. Bernthal's been the best. Jane probably would have been the best, but they fucked him because that was pre.
Look, I'm sorry, guys. I loved Ray Stevenson as the Punisher.
Ray Stevenson. Hold on. Both of you stop. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Both of you. Okay. Ray Stevenson looked looked the most like the Punisher.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like comic to fucking live
Yeah.
action.
Oh yeah.
Warzone was a great fucking movie too.
He looked the most like the Punisher. Thomas Jane had the fucking right like attitude.
Okay,
This is pre-MCU, and they even did, and John, we've talked about it on this podcast. They even did a YouTube short called "Dirty Laundry."
Yep.
Okay.
By it's by the same guy who made the Power Rangers short. Yep.
There you go. Okay.
Avi Arad.
The reason that Homeboy has been the best Punisher so far is because he was actually given space to work with.
Yeah.
Everybody else had like one movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had.
Well, Bernthal never had a movie either, too.
But he had 2 seasons of his own TV show and half of a season of fucking Daredevil where he was the main character in each episode.
Well, and then also the Defenders. Remember the one season of fucking Defenders where it was all of the Netflix guys, all of them, Jessica Jones, Daredevil,
Luke Cage,
Iron Fist, and fucking Punisher had the Defenders season, the one season of Defenders before fucking Disney came out with. And here's what caused fucking the Netflix shows to fucking end was Disney releasing their own motherfucking streaming service.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Disney Plus, we would have probably gotten another season or 2 of fucking Punisher, another few seasons of fucking Daredevil. Because out of all the Netflix Marvel shows, Daredevil and Punisher were the only 2 that really were fucking decent.
Dude, like fuck, dude. Like they did such like I liked what they did. I liked how they set up the Punisher in Daredevil, and then it went into the Punisher's own series.
Yeah.
And that was like they did a really good job with that.
I got a nerd boner when I saw Bernthal as fucking Frank Castle.
Yeah. Now, you know what happened with my nerd boner for D23 was when I saw the Fantastic Four suit.
You want to know what happened with my nerd boner during D23?
Fortnite? Because that looked pretty dope too, to be honest.
Live action Stitch.
Oh, yeah. They're coming out with the live action Lilo and Stitch. Let's go.
Oh my God. You guys
Let's go.
You guys fucking suck. What the fuck?
Yeah, well
right.
Okay.
And
So
you hang out with us every Sunday, Jay.
So
fuck you, dude. Like I'm gonna go to the fucking bar and you guys can go watch your fucking Lilo and Stitch. All right.
All right. So I got something. I got something fun to talk about that I watched this week. I watched what you got?
Let's really quick wrap up our Deadpool segment before we switch into fucking.
Oh yeah,
this week.
Jay's final fucking tally for Deadpool, somewhere between a 5.5 and fucking 6 out of 10. Wait for streaming.
Shit, that's better than what Borderlands got this week.
I'm buying it on fucking Blu-ray. I'm buying Deadpool and Wolverine on Blu-ray.
I had a good experience watching the movie. It was still fun to watch.
Yeah. Bloody. Some of the jokes landed. A lot of it was like, okay, now what? And then a joke will land. Now what? A joke will land. They tried too hard. They tried wait for streaming.
In the words of Deadpool,
Jay says wait for streaming. If you're not a fucking nerd boner like these two fucks.
So in the words of Deadpool, I got a little wet in the nether regions when fucking Hugh pulled the fucking mask over his head for the first time through the whole movie.
Yeah, see, I didn't give a fuck about that.
And then the missus got a little wet in the nether regions when his shirt burned off at the end of the fucking movie.
Oh, I bet. He did look good, didn't he?
For fucking 55 years old, that motherfucker looked really fucking good.
Looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. Like, yeah. Hugh Jackman is still definitely Hugh Jacked man. Okay, like he's got a nice ass.
Now I will say there was missed opportunity. There was missed opportunity in one part. The fucking fight scene between Deadpool and Wolverine in the fucking Honda Odyssey when the fucking radio kept changing.
That was fun.
But here's the missed opportunity. If you fucking blinked, you would have missed it. The song The Greatest Showman from The Greatest Showman had like a 10-second fucking play on it. here's my missed opportunity there. That should have been the song for the entire motherfucking fight scene because that would have been motherfucking hilarious.
And actually, Madonna she had actually requested them change a part in the final fight scene too, in order to fit the song "Like a Prayer" better too. So Madonna is credited for some production for that one scene.
Reynolds said that they went to Madonna. He went and sat
her
down
house.
in Madonna's fucking house to get
request
permission to use the song. And then they showed her the script. They showed her the rough cut and where it was going to be used at. And she said, here's what I need changed for you to use this song.
And it worked.
Fucking did
That's
it.
one of her biggest songs. And if you guys remember,
Celine Dion did the last movie too, didn't she?
You guys are a little bit too young, but I am old enough to remember when that song "Like a Prayer" came out on video, like a music video on MTV. It was
back when MTV actually was music television.
Shut up. It was a huge controversy. It was and for reasons.
Yeah.
And so I can see her saying like, okay, you can use my song, but as an artist, like this is what I would do. And I will give her credit for that because they did use her song correctly in that movie. 100%.
And the opening sequence.
See, that's one of the reasons I would give it. It's hilarious watching him dig up fucking Wolverine's dead body. The entire opening sequence, him using Wolverine's dead body to like kill a million people. Like I was already bored. I was like,
no. I'm more talking because
about
of the
the
song
fucking
playing while he's beating the shit out of these people with fucking Wolverine's adamantium skeleton.
That's what I mean. That's why I give it like a 5.5 or a 6 because like they were already losing me in the opening credits. I was like, God damn it! Like you could have done better on that one. Like the funny part of the joke to me. The funny part of the joke to me was him digging up his dead body. That was funny, right? That was it right there. That was the joke.
But then like the age difference also plays a thing there, like between us, because like when we look at it, I was fucking, in elementary school when fucking NSYNC was a huge fucking thing.
Yeah,
so,
dude, can you guys look? Can you guys both just grow a fucking dick? I love you both very much.
Mine is 12 inches long, 6 feet wide. What's yours?
Well, I didn't listen to fucking NSYNC in fucking middle school. Okay, so I was listening to goddamn.
I was in motherfucking elementary school. You dickhead.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Squillini? You know what it is, Squillini? He was probably listening to Christina Aguilera. That's why.
Not even, dude. When I was in middle
in the
school,
bottle.
Yeah,
you can rub him the right way.
Yeah, we're over here saying bye, and you're getting what's that song?
Nope.
What's that song with Redman?
How high, so high I can kiss the sky. How sick, so sick.
See now, Jay's trying to deflect. He's trying to deflect. All right, let's talk about something dark and fun.
Tries to
because I didn't fucking listen to goddamn NSYNC in middle school, dude. I'm sorry. Like Jesus Christ, like I'm not gonna apologize for that, okay?
But you were a thespian.
I was
real crazy,
and I was in the fucking Shakespeare Club, motherfucker. Like I don't care. Like
I was in fucking show choir.
Yeah, like I don't do like I ain't fucking apologizing for shit. But
listen, I was trying to have a very impressive resume when I tried to go to college. Okay? That's what I was trying to do.
I was listening to goddamn fucking Slayer and Pantera and fucking Dr. Dre and fucking Tupac. And like the whole goddamn fucking West Coast and fucking like listen to shit about songs about fucking murder and fucking mayhem. The fuck do you want me to say?
Jay grew up hard.
And I was a thespian and I was in the Shakespeare Club and I fucking wrestled. Like what, dude? Like fucking what?
Fuck. I'm not gonna argue with that because here's the thing. I was in show choir, I wrestled, and I played fucking soccer.
Jazz hands.
Yeah. So, anyways, my wife and I.
Fuck yourself, you dick.
So, anyways, my wife and I.
Next time I see you, I'm kicking you right in the balls.
The fuck you. I bet you won't do it. No balls, Manchester.
Jesus Christ. So
yeah, he's not here. He's not here.
Manchester. God damn
it. Do you remember when I said that? Do you remember when I said that? Like,
Jesus Christ. So my wife and I finally got to watch she watched it. I finally got into it. The A Quiet Place series. The new
What's that
one,
about?
it's about alien. See, I feel like
I still need to see the new one. I've seen the first.
yeah, I feel like if I get there are creatures. So there are creatures who are haunting America.
It's not really so. They try to call it a like psychological horror flick,
yeah,
but really it's science fiction.
yes,
Okay.
it's way more science fiction.
It's like
So sci-fi horror.
if you take
Suspense.
the aliens from Alien and the clickers from The Last of Us and make them one fucking creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you have to be dead silent because they have like supersonic fucking hearing, all this other shit.
Silence.
Or they're gonna find you and kill you.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I have a solution for this. Like,
so here's the thing with that. So in the original movie, A Quiet Place, the first one, it deals with certain characters, and one of the characters is a deaf girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you could imagine like being deaf, not knowing if you're making noise in a world where you're supposed to be quiet.
that sounds scary as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On top of that, one of the characters is pregnant as well, and you know what happens during pregnancy. So there's a lot of like, oh shit, this is kind of weird. But the monsters are actually kind of interesting because they don't have eyes. And you don't really know. I think the mystery behind them too is that you don't really know if they're eating the bodies. You just see them kind of taking them away.
How do you hunt them? Do they get hunted?
So that's the thing. I haven't seen the second movie yet. I've only seen the original one and day one.
I would climb into a tree and wait.
Hold on.
Well, they climb.
Well, that's fine. They can climb all they want.
Yeah.
If they don't have eyes, I can see them coming.
I'm gonna share this out. This is what the creatures look like for Jada.
That's what I'm like. That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, well, okay, they don't have eyes. That's an advantage.
It is an advantage. It is an advantage as long as you're absolutely quiet.
Well, are they fast moving?
Yes.
You see that?
How much does it take to kill them?
I don't. I mean, the movie's been out a while. Can I say it?
Of course you can. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna watch this bullshit.
So in the movie, the deaf girl, she has a hearing aid, and she finds out that the hearing aid has like a high frequency that messes with their ears.
They have a sensitivity to a certain fucking frequency.
And so you could shoot them in the head if you get them close enough, they'll die. But what's to say everyone has a hearing aid, you know? So I think this.
Okay.
It's a movie that you have to watch. I can't explain it that good, to be honest with you. Maybe Squilini can.
But this is what the fucking creature alien fucking things look like.
Yeah.
It's really hard to explain. So if we go back a little bit, because I haven't seen the new one, and John,
new one's really good. I'm not going to spoil nothing.
Yeah, let's hold off on spoilers right now.
It's really good.
The cast alone of A Quiet Place is really good.
Yeah,
John Krasinski. I love John Krasinski. He's really in an uprise right now, like in what he's been in and shit.
He's doing really good, especially as a writer. Like he's doing really good in like the behind the scenes space. And his wife, Emily Blunt, plays his wife in the movie.
Yeah.
So it's great.
I like that sometimes when there's like natural chemistry and you're not making out with like somebody else's fucking significant other. You know what I mean?
And that's, like if we're talking fucking Krasinski just for a moment here because of A Quiet Place, he was in the first two Quiet Places. He was
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
It's Alan Ritchson plays Reacher.
That's yes, he does.
Well, Tom Cruise also played Reacher, but totally different fucking story. Because Tom Cruise's Reacher was not fucking accurate at all.
Interesting. I gotta look into that.
I've read the books.
He's way too short. Jack Reacher is like a monster.
Yeah.
He's like Jack Reacher's like, excuse me, God damn it. Jack Reacher is like the guy. If you thought you were gonna get into a fight with him in the bar,
Yeah.
you'd like pull a gun on him and hope he lets you fucking leave.
Oh.
Like you got the gun.
Yeah.
And hope he lets you fucking like walk out.
Holy
Like,
shit.
He's that guy. Like
yeah.
in the books, he's like extremely physically imposing. He's a monster. Like there's like when I do security, John, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not a fucking idiot. Okay, like I'm willing to do security. I'm willing to put my body in certain places or, potentially fucking like whatever positions, right? But sometimes you see somebody just walk in the room and you're just like, oh man, I hope it ain't that dude. You know what I mean? I hope it ain't that dude. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I'm not afraid to throw my body around a little bit here and there.
So,
but it's like,
so for instance,
I'm not going to win that
books,
one. I'm not going to win.
Jack Reacher in the books is 6'5".
Holy shit!
And Tom Cruise is only like 5'2", 5'3".
5'2", 5'3". Fuck off!
No, I think he's like 5'8". I think he's like 5'8". I'm pretty sure
5'7".
Okay,
5'7". Holy shit!
Cruise is 5'7". Alan Ritchson, who plays Reacher on the Amazon series, is 6'3". So Alan Ritchson
he's still not as big as the dude in the books.
He's 2 inches shorter. He's not as big, but he's a hell of a lot fucking closer than Cruise.
Well, oh God, yes. Well, God, yes. Of course.
Yeah. No, but I do have to say I did enjoy both movies. I'm going to watch number 2 tonight. But as far as A Quiet Place Day 1, it has Lupita Nyong'o, Joe Quinn from Stranger Things, and I liked his acting in this one because it kind of shows that he could do other things other than be a Netflix darling. You know what I mean? That he can do something really cool. Now, there are themes of mental health in A Quiet Place Day 1. Mm-hmm. The big theme about the movie is a service cat. And I'll tell you, I don't want a fucking dog no more. I want a service cat. I'm just saying right now.
Freddie. Where you at, Freddie?
Yeah, and let me tell you, so
go grab a cat.
There you go. Like the movie did a really good job to kind of talk about the first day of what happened to the world in this worldwide event.
Interesting.
It's a good popcorn. It's not a thriller. It's not a horror. It's sci-fi suspense.
Okay.
Sci-fi. We'll chalk it up as that.
Oh, look at that. There he is.
He's like, what the fuck?
What's the name of that fucking thing? What's its name?
Because he's got like 12, depending on what he's doing at the time.
What's the one that you call him when you're mad?
Official name.
According to the vet, his name is Tigger. As in like Winnie the Pooh and Tigger.
Yeah.
And he's a typical fucking orange cat. The motherfucker barely has a whole brain cell. But he is actually, I have him registered as my emotional support animal.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Nice. Yeah. I mean,
I ended up living with a cat too.
It saves me $250 a month on pet rent.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? From what I understand, A Quiet Place 2 connects Day 1 as well. Like it connects the two movies with specific characters. But yeah, I mean, I thought the movie was great. I really enjoyed it. It's a different theme for me than what I normally watch. But I enjoyed it. Definitely a 9 out of 10.
I mean, it won't be long before it hits fucking a streaming service because
that's how I watched
Quiet Place movies, the production company behind them is associated with NBC and Peacock.
What was it on, John?
Shit, what was it on?
Is it already on a fucking streaming service?
Yeah, I watched it.
He just streamed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out on the 2nd for streaming. I watched it on Prime.
Okay.
But I did rent it. I should say that.
I did say I'm looking here and it looks like right now you can rent it for $20 on Prime.
Yeah.
So
I didn't rent it. I bought it. Because if the rental price goes over $10 at that point, I might as well just own the movie.
Yeah, because I mean, you can rent the ultra high def, so the 4K version for $20. You can buy it for 25.
So I totally started a new story in Red Dead, and I'm gonna try to 100% that fucking game.
I did the same thing too, Jay. I'm doing a full on low honor playthrough.
I'm still on chapter 2, but I think I did like one mission, and then like I'm unlocking like the entire map right now. Like I'm opening the entire map right now, and I'm doing like stuff in between. And, like I'm gonna go through some tutorials and see like how much, because there's certain things you can do chapter by chapter.
Yeah,
but some things don't unlock until you're in like the next chapter.
Yeah.
Well, so like I'm only on chapter 2. Like my dead eye sucks, and like I only have like a shitty fucking like bolt action fucking rifle and a fucking revolver.
Well, I guess I know what I'm going to start doing this week while I'm on my first week of my 2-week vacation.
I'm telling you, man, it's one of the
I'm going to restart Red Dead from
go
the
get lost.
beginning.
I'm telling you, dude, go get fucking lost in that game.
And then Squilini, when you're done with that, come and work for my newspaper in RP.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, go work for John. Go work for John.
I already fucking technically work for John right now. God damn it.
Can I boast? Can I boast for a second?
Of course.
No.
Look at this. I'm having so much fun doing my RP shit. Like, look at all this. Oh, wait. Like I've been making. How come it's not showing up?
Did you double click on it?
I did.
Did you turn it off?
Well, then you've got to fucking share a different fucking section, because it looked like you just shared out your fucking file explorer, my guy.
Well, it's not like I have anything bad in there, so.
There you go.
You know, doing things like this, man, and fuck,
That's cool.
Someone found the squirrels on the mountains, Jay.
The squirrels?
Yeah, John Marston squirrels. You know how John Marston had a squirrel and like his wife would take it from him every now and then and hide it somewhere? Someone found the squirrel in our server. We had a fight night at the Mohawk Tribe Arena.
Oh, shit. How'd that go?
Oh, it was crazy. We alligator came in and tried to eat us. Storms. We did the cash wagon the other day. Cheese spreading crackers.
The pig man.
Oh, yeah, this is my fiction story that I'm writing. It's a horror fiction about a man that lives in Coulter called The Pig Man.
That's awesome.
So in other news, I'm actually looking at adopting a raccoon.
Oh,
Jesus Why would you do that? Especially with a cat. No. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh,
why not?
I also
it won't get along with the cat, dude. It won't get along with the cat, I promise.
If I get it as a baby, it will.
No, oh my God.
Yeah, I also want to say that for
I've
those
raised raccoons from babies with cats before, and the raccoons pick up on the cat tendencies.
Okay, you might not live in a fucking big city, but you live in a fucking city. There's no goddamn reason you need to have a fucking raccoon in the city. Okay,
this is true.
There's all the reasons I need to have a fucking raccoon. Okay.
Go adopt a crow and teach the motherfucker to like bring you coins and shit. Okay,
yo,
like
for real.
I'm between the raccoon or the skunk.
We had a guest on our show that had a pet skunk.
You can take the fucking trash out of the trailer. You can't take the trailer out of the trash, can you, dude?
First off, I never grew up in a fucking trailer. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, man.
It was a brick and mortar house, thank you, in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Then why the finger fuck do you want like raccoons and skunks running around your property, dude? Like, just asking.
So in other news, I'm
telling you, if you break into my house and my tactical skunk comes running at you, you're going to quickly fucking leave.
No, I'm not. I'm going to kick it the fuck across the room like a goddamn football. Like animals don't fucking scare me, dude. Especially not those types. Like,
no, I'm still trying to convince Amy to let me get a car llama.
Oh shit. So I made some updates on my website, and I want to show you something that I thought was really funny when I put Jay on the about section.
Oh God, I don't even want to see this because I haven't even looked at this yet.
Yeah. So, well, first, there's a directory now on the website. So, if you're looking for direct links, there are direct links. DD214 on
For you, John.
Spotify.
Fucking A.
I need to get my fucking website spun up so you can fucking throw my fucking website on your page.
Yeah, I'll put it right here, right in media and affiliates. Look, I got my I got to put my FOOM affiliate there now too. So we got the about section, right? And so we scroll down. There's my beautiful big booby wife,
and there's Geo.
And then
Darkness. It would be darkness, dude.
Darkness. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll fix that.
That death is one of my nicknames, but that's an older code, but it still checks out.
I just want to laugh about this because I put like the most positive photo that Jay has anywhere, and then
I made comments about this the other fucking day too.
It just works. So then we got our boy Tech Guy. You know, there you go. We threw in some love.
Take
in there.
Guy out of there. It's just Joe Tech Squilini. Like,
okay, I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry. And then there's Dabs, and then there's Dom. So yeah, we got a whole thing going here. The website's looking good.
So hold on. Scroll back down to my photo real quick. There's a little bit of fucking funniness to that. So this was every year.
Birthday?
You kind of got a look in your eye. You
So every year at the local, like one of the local venues called Castle McCullough, they do around Halloween, they do two different events. They do a costume party on a Saturday night, and the Friday before they do a fetish party.
That's right. This was the fetish party where you sent us the pictures with your shirt open.
That's right.
Yeah. And for the fetish party, you have to wear all fucking black.
Shit. Sign me up for that one.
Yeah, same here.
But
I got a whole wardrobe.
That's probably one of the best fucking photos I've got of myself anyways, right there. That's why when you were asking for fucking photos, I was like, oh shit, let me go back to this one. And I cropped out like half of my fucking kitchen that was in the photo.
It's a good picture. It's Clean Sanchez media worthy, my friend. Clean Sanchez media worthy.
Darkness is probably more
Darkness,
and that one doesn't make me
today.
look as fucking nerdy as I normally am. So
death is definitely an older code, but it still checks out. But
we'll put that one back in the OPSEC list.
No, what you need to do is just use this fucking code for here and just put J2 Campbell. Just put the number 2 in between.
J2 Campbell. I don't
like when you log in here. Whenever you sign in, it shows 2, and it says 2 has joined every time you come into Talk Studio.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
It's funny as hell.
Number 2. Number
2 has joined the studio.
Well, I mean, you are the shit.
So I got some news here. We're going to start off with the bad news first. 2 Army contractors killed in an aviation accident in Fort Belvoir.
Oh no.
Again, we have another helicopter accident. 2 contractors have died in separate aviation-related incidents this week while on the job at Fort Novosel and Fort Belvoir. The one Army contractor died on Wednesday afternoon when the Apache helicopter he was teaching the students to fly crashed at Fort Novosel, and it crashed during a routine flight training around 1:40 p.m. This is sad news. We lost Daniel Munger, 46, of Enterprise, Alabama. He was an Army veteran who retired at the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 3.
That's very sad, and that sucks. And that's if you fly, like, you take the risk every time you get in the cockpit, right? And that's kind of like, yeah. There was a plane crash in, like, I don't know if it was Brazil or somewhere in South America.
It was in Brazil.
Did you see the spiral it was in? It was like a flat spin, like.
Yeah, did you? So was it the video that you saw with the guy with, like, it was like a couple yards away where it crashed?
I've seen a few. There's been several now. There's been several now that have come out, and like I've seen it from a couple different angles, and that flat spin would be terrifying because you there was no pulling out of that. Like that
no, and
it was in a very slow. It was pitched down a little bit, but it was in a flat spin, and it was like
it already had like the air path that it was gonna go. It was like a corkscrew. It was too late at that point. It's devastating.
Very, very unfortunate. Like, very sorry for all the families, everybody involved. For down there in Brazil, man, like that.
Yeah. Did you see the video of the guy who didn't get on that plane and he was saying that the person, who was it, the attendant who was letting everyone on the plane wouldn't let him on the plane because he was like 3 minutes late or something like that. And that the plane crashed like an hour after or something like that. And the guy was like, "That guy saved my life."
It's crazy. Like just those like tiny moments where you come like this close. You know, like our former president just had a close call, right?
Probably one of the closest ones we've ever seen.
Probably one of the we saw it on
centimeters.
There's a photo of it. You know what I mean? He got hit with something on his ear. You know what I mean? Like we can't really, we don't know what it is, but like
crazy.
It was that close. It was that close. You know what I mean?
So next in news, NASA is still wrestling over how and when to bring the 2 astronauts back from the ISS who are still stuck there.
This is out of control. This is out of fucking control. This shit is like Boeing sent these 2 motherfuckers.
And Boeing is on top of it.
Bro. But they're going to be there till like fucking February. It was supposed to be there for like what, a week or 2? Like you sign up for like a couple of weeks and it turns into fucking February, bro.
I think it was supposed to be like a 1 week excursion. I think it was also supposed to be 7 days.
Bro.
They're still up there. But now, you know, but if it happens next year, it's going to be through the use of SpaceX. You know, I mean, there's a lot of questions. How much air do they have? Do they have enough supplies to survive? Can they live? You know, this is fucking crazy.
China just had a satellite. They just sent a satellite up, and they're the top, one of the top modules as they deployed the satellite broke apart, and it created a fucking debris field.
Yeah,
in low Earth orbit, and like so, like that just happened too. Like
a lot of weird things.
I love you. I don't feel like ranting today.
No, that's okay. But you're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this next one. Okay, now. For some odd reason, they haven't gone viral like the pommel horse guy or the Australian break dancer or Turkey's too cool for school shooter. But U.S. military athletes have been making a mark on this year's Olympic Games. Army Captain Samantha Sullivan was part of the U.S. women's rugby team that stunned in a 14-12 upset victory over Australia and took home a bronze medal, the first ever in U.S. medal in rugby sevens. Meanwhile, Army Sergeant Sagan Madalena won a silver medal in the women's 50-meter rifle 3-position competition. Okay, this is one of the coolest things to hear about.
There's been a couple more too. I think there was a wrestler, and I think there was an Army wrestler took a medal.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, and the closing ceremonies for anybody that doesn't know, the closing ceremonies are probably occurring, if not right now, like very shortly. So the closing ceremonies are going to be occurring.
And they're going to LA too, right?
In 28, is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tom Cruise is wow. Tom Cruise is the theme of the episode today. I guess he's bringing the torch to LA.
Of course he is. Of course he is, because it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
it's Tom Cruise.
So yeah, I mean, this is awesome to hear about. But to close the show out, it's been 900 days in Ukraine. Jay, take it off before we get to our final thought.
I just want to wish all of our brothers and sisters in Ukraine all the best. We've been with you from the fucking beginning. We're gonna be with you to the fucking end. Okay. We saw that you guys made some incursions into Russia this week, into the Kursk region, and you're still there right now, which tells me that, like, for some reason Russia hasn't figured out how to push you back out. So I want you guys to, like, keep up the good work. We are fucking proud of you. Okay, we are proud of the armed forces of Ukraine. All right, I saw you guys got F-16s this week. Looking forward to seeing those in action. Keep the fucking fight. Okay, I know this shit sucks. There is no way we could ever put ourselves in your shoes with what you've had to deal with this fucking nightmare from Putin for the last 900 days. And I promise you, we will still be here in another 100 days to mark day 1000 when we are fucking 100 days closer to fucking victory for Ukraine. Yeah. Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava.
Fuck yeah. And guys, do you have anything before we hit the final thoughts, Squillini?
Except I might end up not having cats by the end of today. I had to go when I disappeared, I had to go run to the restroom real quick. The wife's cleaning the bathroom upstairs here, so I had to go downstairs. She just mopped the floor downstairs, and they pissed all outside of the fucking litter box.
Oh shit!
So,
oh shit!
they might be going back to the fucking shelter if they continue. And this, fuck you, Jay.
Oh man. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming up to a special 170th episode.
Yeah, I know. The rule with cats is you don't own cats. Cats allow you to live with them.
I mean, they're tortured souls, man. They're tortured souls. But guys, we're here
These
at the
motherfuckers
end.
have it a lot fucking easier than we do.
They really fucking do. And I don't even have to shower. I wish I didn't have to shower. I just said
gross,
that,
John.
didn't I? I
That's
just
totally
fucking said that.
gross. And you know what? You better not edit that the fuck out of the fucking final cut of this episode.
No, it's gonna be raw. Actually, nothing has to be edited out this week. Thank God.
Better yet, that better be the fucking clip going up on fucking Instagram and shit this
dude,
week.
I've already had a no bathing clip already up that people have criticized me about. I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. All right.
Oh no, we're doing this again because it needs to fucking make it again.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. The DD214 clips have been hitting hard on Instagram.
Good.
500 plays, 500 plays right off the bat. So, you know, it's really nice.
Which one did you put up? The one with the fucking the jerk mate? Like that fucking that one still
keeps
slaps.
popping up on my fucking feed.
That shit
I don't
still
understand
slaps,
it.
That shit still slaps, dude. Like that's that shit still slaps. That will never not be funny, dude.
So this is
like,
the one I have. There's a few of them here.
John, can you play that clip for us before? God damn it. I was watching that shit at fucking work. Not feeling fear. Like if you're doing some shit like that.
At this point, I'm gonna go with John's a fucking swallower. Because that's now the third time that he sounded excited when the word swallow was said.
Well, funny part is you put a French fry down my throat. I start gagging, so it's a no-go for me, dog.
God damn it.
John has a really bad gag reflex.
Jay's seen it.
Well, poor bastard.
Well, the side of Jay's car is fucking
oh
seen your fucking
God.
your brain totally had to fucking reset when he said that.
Like, wait, what?
Because like you stopped for a second and you could see the fucking reset button press when he said that shit.
Well, John was talking about throwing up in my fucking car, but it wasn't because he had something put in his throat.
Shit.
Like,
What's that one? And I found out how fucked up it is here. Typically, this time of year, Kansas City is colder than fucking North Carolina.
Yes, that is
talking
normal.
about weather.
That is absolutely normal.
Usually, you're in like the 30s or 40s this time of year,
Correct.
and North Carolina's in the 60s and 70s.
Correct.
It was highs of 32 Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah,
and
your
Thursday.
camera looks really good.
Friday and yesterday got up to fucking 75 here.
Okay.
Yeah, we had that. There's another one here of
Part of policing is fucking community service and community activism and protecting your fucking community.
God damn it, Joe.
I know plenty of fucking departments.
Come on.
The fucking police department in my city, they hold community events. They go out. Even our SWAT team. And this is something, I've seen it on TV shows where they've done it, but I've actually seen it in person where even our SWAT team once a month has patrol days where they put on their regular fucking uniform, get in a fucking squad.
Yeah, Schoolini, you're a big hit.
Where's the jerk mate? Where's the jerk mate?
That one is.
That's on a different page.
It's on YouTube.
That's on Clean Sanchez Media at onlyfans.com.
Wait, we have an OnlyFans?
No. We actually have. Oh wow, we actually have a lot of clips here.
Yeah, there it is. That's the one, right? John are beating around the bush, and I apologize for fucking jerking you off a little bit. I did security this week in Kansas City.
Yo, ever heard of Jerkmate?
Oh god damn it!
Like
The good old
anybody fucking
days.
listen to the show right now, just like turn their phones immediately off. Like,
Oh God.
Oh, that's one of the best ones. There's some really
utilize your resources, guys. Whether you live in a city or whether you live out in a rural area, start making phone calls. Sergeant Google is your friend with this shit.
Sergeant
yourself.
Google.
Help yourself
God
so
damn it, Jay.
you can help others, and then we can maybe help you. Okay, but you got to help yourself first. Okay, we can't. You got when the plane's fucking nosediving and those goddamn oxygen masks fucking come down from the ceiling, you got to put yours on fucking first, homies. Put yours on first, then help the motherfuckers to your left and your right.
Yep.
That's right.
And then if you scroll up a little bit further, John, the other direction, you can see the post you made from the first time I fucking came on the show when I was a fucking guest. Hold on, close that back out.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That was when it was fucking. I was still under the fucking moniker of Jedi Master Squid.
Fucking Disney. Fuck Disney. Fucking sucks. It was such a.
And then there's the first ever fucking reel from when I was a part of the
podcast.
Yeah,
I'm literally wasting hours, minutes, and probably days of my life for you guys. I hope you know this. Stuff that just makes me want to blow my fucking brain.
Oh God, no one.
And then we also have.
No one asked you to watch that. I asked you to watch 6, not that. Yeah, we had some really good time.
Crack me up, dude.
Yep, there's right after the beach trip. I can already tell that was right after that first beach trip. The beach trip I took right before I joined the podcast because of the blue hat and shirt I was wearing.
It almost kind of. Yeah, this is. I mean, there's some gold here. There is some pure gold here.
See, I don't have an Instagram, so I don't get to see any of these.
Oh, look.
Oh yeah,
there's fucking John's fucking work of art.
Yeah, there's the contents of John's stomach.
That was going to be an abstract painting right there, John.
There it is. Yeah, man, we had some.
That's fucking hilarious.
This is the old days. The old days.
Yeah, and here's the fucking thing that pisses me off. I sent in our group chat photos from when I came out to KC of me and you, Jay, to John, and he never put that shit on fucking Instagram.
You know this. I haven't posted on DD2. I don't post on DD214 Network anymore.
Well, we need to put it on fucking both the fucking Clean Sanchez Media and the DD214 Network bullshit, bro.
You know what? I'm going to put that picture of you guys together in the About section.
Better yet, make me an admin for the fucking Instagram.
Better yet, paint me like one of your friends.
Clean Sanchez Media or DD214? I'll give you both.
DD214.
Perfect. It's yours.
I don't need one for fucking Sanchez Media unless you want me to fuck up shit.
Yeah, no, we're good with that. We're good.
As he says to the one guy here that actually has a degree in fucking technology.
Right.
Well, when you speak truths like that, it makes me weary. But what
trusted me to build a computer for you, but you don't trust me with your Instagram? I see how it is. Fucking hate you too, John.
You got me there.
I just heard the
strong.
I just heard the theme. I just heard the theme to like Nightmare on Elm Street playing.
Oh shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you very much for coming to another episode. But you know what time it is? It is time for the final thought. No, it's not the final thought that you would watch in Jerry Springer, but it's the one that you would see here. And today's final thought, I'm going to talk to you about speaking to your friends. Okay, speaking to your friends is super important.
You have friends?
I do, actually. 4.
2 are in this room with you right now.
Exactly. And we're gonna play a game. If you guess who the other 2 are, you get to be a guest on the show next week. So
we're gonna play a little game.
We're gonna play a little game. But guys, talk to your friends. There are people in this world who are unaware of some of the inconsistencies of people, and and that's okay. And some people try to block that stuff out. I recently saw a few people who have put themselves into it's not a hole, but they put themselves into this energy where it's hard to say, because like they want to be the best person that they can be, but they keep falling in line with things that go against them, that go against their ideals, and that could be very nerve-wracking, and that could really mentally fuck you up. Because I've seen people lately who are in their 40s who haven't found themselves or haven't found what they think their place in the world is. And I just want to say there are people who are 100 years old who are still alive today that still haven't figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are, I mean, look at Michael Caine. Michael Caine just retired acting at 70 or 80 years old, right? And he just wants to do, he feels like that's not the end all be all for him. He's still going to take his walks. He's still going to, have his tea. You shouldn't let one major event in your life stop you from going on and doing the next thing, whether it's wake up the next day for work or make that meal for your loved ones or yourself. You gotta think about yourself, and you have to think about the things that you do that affect those around you, which include your actions and how you make them feel by the things that you say, by the things. I'm going all over the place with this, but I just want people to, I want people to find themselves. I really, really want people to find themselves.
And you need friends to help you do that.
Yeah.
You need friends to help you do that. We cannot fight this fight alone.
Yeah. Criticism doesn't just work for corporations.
No, and and there's a big difference between criticism and constructive criticism too.
Yeah.
And it's not that friends are trying to beat you down, and we get guys like us get triggered sometimes because we're used to being berated and like treated like shit. So we get triggered sometimes, but the reality is sometimes people are just trying to fucking help us and try to help us be better versions of our goddamn selves.
Yeah.
And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. That's what people who love you do. What people who love you do. We don't need to yell at each other, and we don't need to say it in a disrespectful manner. But when we have something to say, we should be able to exchange thoughts and ideas with the people that we love so that we can, form like Voltron and fucking evolve into better versions of ourselves, like perpetually.
Broken humans are still humans.
It's correct. 100%.
Exactly.
100%.
And, I'll say it. I'll say it on my end. Honestly, meeting you two, coming onto the podcast, it's totally been fucking a life changer for me myself.
Fuck yeah.
We all go through our own daily struggles. We know this. I mean, the three of us, we talk constantly outside of just doing the show, but your friends are what matters. Having your circle, having your community.
And that's what it's all about, man. The more the merrier is not just a term,
we have to get back to that. The older we get, we get married, we have kids, and you kind of slowly separate from your tribe, whatever your tribe is.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get isolated. It's easy to sit in silence. You know what I mean? And then over time it becomes easier to sit in silence and to isolate. And that becomes more of the habit than reaching out and saying hi, or, hey, do you want to go get a meal? Hey, do you and your family want to come over and share dinner with us one night? That shit used to be normal when I was a kid. I don't know about you guys, but like 80s, 90s, like going over to people's houses for dinner was like
the phone would ring. Hey, we're getting some pizza.
That's the thing. Like,
all that.
I've talked about it before. Like, we have our neighbors here that we're really close with, stuff like that. And we try to do shit like that together because we're trying to bring back that norm from back in the day where you would have, dinner with the neighbors. And, when I was growing up, it was always dinner with the neighbors, and me and my twin brother, we hung out with the neighbors' kids, and we would do dinners together with their families. They'd come over to our place. We would all go over to their place. The adults would play cards, do stuff like that while the kids all played out in the yard, things like that. And it's
kind of a lost art.
It's a lost art, and it's something that needs to be brought back.
Agree.
Because in today's day and age, especially with the younger generations, now this is coming from someone that
they haven't grown up with, they didn't grow up with that. Like,
exactly. And this is, what I'm about to say is coming from somebody that works in tech, works in IT. I sit in front of a fucking screen for 16 hours a day sometimes.
mm-hmm.
And the iPad kid generation has ruined a lot of that old camaraderie, community, fucking tribe.
They're just not used to interacting face to face.
Exactly.
Outside
the
of like
newer generation is being raised by fucking YouTube instead of fucking human interaction. And as an adult myself that has kids, as the new generation of I'm raising a fucking family, I've got my kids. We need to fucking get away from the fucking iPad generation and the YouTube generation and letting the internet raise our children.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. And with all that, guys, if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you guys don't want to talk to us, your friends, and anybody around you, make sure you dial or text the National Suicide Hotline at 988. Or dial 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-TALK. There is someone there to listen to your story today. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight, overnight, 3 o'clock in the morning, 6:15 at night. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Call. They're there for you and nobody else. Nobody else. Guys, thank you so much for hanging around. This was, I mean, we said it. We had today's episode. This one was going to be in the bag, and we got it.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
Shit.
Bless you.
And
Thank you.
just like every other week, this was a fucking great episode.
Oh, this was fun.
It every week we expand, we do a little bit better than the previous week on our fucking episodes.
We've got good flow.
Yeah. And we enjoy
really
everybody that does tune in weekly when we're live and talks with us and strikes up conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate everybody that watches it after it goes over on the internet after we've recorded live.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody that watches and follows and fucking all that bullshit. We're ready to see. We will see everybody in 168.
Yes, we will.
Fucking A.
We love you guys and see you next time.
Absolutely.